test, test. must be ready then, right? Okay, I guess we're ready for the first show. First class, be class number 1, our May Heifer Calves. First one in the ring is lot 16, GNRA Miss Legacy 085 by Griffin Red Angus, sired by GNRA Legacy 708. She is a May 7th heifer. The second heifer in the ring is lot 11, consigned by Gerald Gerds, GSC Lana 035, sired by Pendleton Wide Loads 78B. She is a May 5th heifer. Third one in the ring is lot 41. Consigned by TLC Livestock Services, TLC Man House Party 2007HET, sired by Man Red Box 55C, and she is a May 1st of May heifer. Before entries in this class. And our judge today is Jim Hoos from Maryville, Missouri. He is a manager of the research farm at Northwest State University of Missouri State.
Garth, can I steal your microphone?
Excuse me?
Can I steal your microphone for just a minute? I just want to say hi.
Absolutely.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mallory Robinson. I just want to come up here and say hello. I am the new executive director for the Iowa Beef Expo. I know quite a few of you guys because I was on the Red Angus board. But like I said, I'll be at your sale tomorrow and I'll say hi then too. But if you guys ever need anything, questions, concerns, or anything like that, feel free to catch me in the stalls or give me a call anytime.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Test, test. In our first class of May heifers, we're going to start off with the heifer that really strikes you with a lot of balance and presence about her when she comes in the ring. A heifer that just exudes style when she gets set up and set in place. Really like the way she's square on each end. Got a lot of youthful appearance about her. She's really green and fresh. I think she's got a lot of future ahead of her. Heifer that could do a lot of things in the pasture and in the show ring later on. Followed with a heifer that's made a lot like her, just a lot bigger, larger frame, longer bodied, a lot more performance than the heifer that wins the class, but a heifer that maybe we'd like to see just to have a little. Quite honestly, I just think she's got a lot of growth and a lot of balance. She's just a little bit bigger on the bigger end for me today. If your program utilizes females with a little more frame to them, that's for your judgment. Really good female in second. We got two more really good females in the class. A pounds heavy, bold sprung, heavy muscled heifer that comes in pushing a lot of performance for her age. A heifer that could really produce some herd bulls down the road. The next heifer, they're not necessarily placed, but the next heifer coming out, kind of a raw halter broke heifer. I shouldn't say anything too bad about that. You get these heifers out and you get them halter broke and you get them here. But a really nice balanced heifer. I really like the side profile and the levelness in her top. She's really nice and neat in her shoulder. A heifer that could go on and do some things with some balance and some design.
Okay, the next class is our April class. First one in the ring is lot number 4 by Barnes Family Cattle, Barn Harmony. She is an April 21st heifer by Weber Rolling Deep 611. The next heifer in the ring will be lot 23, consigned by JVM Cattle Company, JTV Hana 004H. She is an April 15th heifer, sired by Fitz 263. And the last heifer in the ring will be lot 6. Consigned by Berg Family Red Angus, Berg Power Eye 081H. She is an April 1st heifer, sired by Berg Regulator 882F.
In this class of April heifers, we're going to lead off with the easiest flesh and deep rib, bold sprung heifer in the class. Heifer that maybe if you want to get picky about her, you clean her up just a little bit in her neck and brisket. But I think that's getting awful picky on a heifer with a lot of an ideal balance of muscle, design, type, and kind. A heifer, it's going to grow and develop and make a super, super brood cow. Really like the extension through her neck and how she ties into the top of her shoulder and down her top. A heifer that's really good on the move, really correct in her foot placement. When she gets set up, she's really square and straight about how she puts her feet down. A heifer that's got some heel depth and hoof shape to her. A really nice heifer to lead off the class. We're going to follow her with a heifer that's very similar, really, in her general makeup of the heifer that wins the class. She's just not quite as far along nutritionally, maybe, as the heifer that wins the class. But nonetheless, we really appreciate and admire this heifer's femininity through her head and neck. A heifer that ties into her shoulder, into a bold rib-shaped design. A heifer that's maybe not quite as heavy muscled as the heifer above her, but nonetheless, she's plenty adequate. She's just a little bit slower in her development than the heifer ahead of her. Certainly going to catch up and be a very good cow someday. Young man's heifer that's going to round out the class. Really a really nice kind of a heifer. She's just not really got the pounds of performance today. She's not really, it's pretty, I really think she just hasn't had a chance nutritionally the way the other heifers have been. And of course, she's kind of fighting the halter and doing things being a little bit green broke. But nonetheless, a female that will grow and make a balanced, productive cow later on.
Okay, the next class is our March class. First in, lot 22 from JVM Cattle Company. A March 23rd heifer, JTVM Hadley 002H by HC Declaration 5504C. The next one in the ring, lot 2 by Barnes Cattle Company, Barnes Haiti. A March 12th heifer by Weber Reform 618. The next one in the ring is lot 24 by JVM Cattle Company, JVTM Hope 001H by HC Declaration 5004C, and she is a March 9th heifer. And rounding out the class is lot 29 by Cadis Kinder, Linder's Reds, and KCJ Angus. She is a March 7th heifer, consigned, or by Overdraft, pick 413D.
Testing. In our next class, we're going to lead off with this big, stout, rugged brood cow extraordinaire. This heifer's really stout and powerful, got a lot of mass and body to her, an easy fleshing type of heifer that might even actually be getting plenty far along to become a brood cow, but it just displays her fleshing ability and the type of brood cow that she could be later on down the road. I really appreciate and admire the rib shape and volume and the overall muscle and levelness and correct design of this moderate frame, really heavy performing type of a female. Female that doesn't really come out and wow you with her prettiness, but she certainly completes the deck with all the parts and pieces to make a future brood and donor cow. We're going to follow her with the heifer. I really thought hard about using this heifer to win the class. I really like this heifer's top and the shape and design of her hip and hind leg. A heifer that's really level in her design, long in her muscle pattern. I really appreciate the visual of this heifer from behind. She really sets her hind legs down straight and square, really gets off of them with grace and ease. A heifer that could have some success as a show heifer down the road, but more importantly, she's balanced and correctly designed to make a good cow, to make good offspring. Then we're gonna follow out with the next two heifers in the class. A heifer made a lot like the heifer in second, maybe just doesn't quite get off of her hind legs on the move as good as the heifer above her. That's kind of getting picky on a really good heifer that's really flashy up front, really straight and strong in her top, got some rib volume, got some shape. Just in next to the heifer above her, we'd maybe like to see her a little better in her hind leg. Just from a picky standpoint, it won't make a difference when she becomes a brood cow. We're going to round out talking the class. These last two heifers aren't necessarily placed as they went out of the ring, but we're going to follow with a heifer that mirrors a little bit the heifer that won the class, being easy fleshing, kind of heavy and deep chested, big bold sprung kind of a heifer, a real long bodied heifer that you really appreciate the muscle density and the balance and the design of the heifer. A heifer that just maybe needs a little more pizzazz or a little this or that to be a show heifer, but nonetheless, she's going to make a great cow. She's made right, she's designed right. She could make somebody some money someday.
Okay, the next class coming in will be the younger of the class, the heifers in February class. That class has been split. So the first entry in February class is lot 18 by Hind Cattle Company, HCC Windy 50H by 6 Mile Intrepid. She is a February 25th. The next one in is lot 47, a February 21st heifer. By Wagon Company, Cattle Company, Wagon Poppy 210H, and she is a February 21st heifer by Weber Max Out 627. The next calf in the class is lot 34. She is consigned by Henry Schultz, RSKN Blake Perfection, and she is a February 17th heifer by C-Bar Blake Bonanza 180C. And the last heifer is lot 50. She's by Westwind Red Angus, WST Virginia H15 by 3SCC Domain, and she is a February 17th heifer.
in our next class. We're going to lead off with this dark cherry red heifer that's got some power and some design to her in a moderate complete package. I really appreciate this heifer's top, the way she goes from front to rear and level out her hip. She's really wide in her pin set and really tapers down and has some base width and some dimension from stifle to stifle. We'd maybe, in relation to the heifer behind her, we'd maybe want to make her just a little bit longer and maybe a little cleaner in her neck, but nonetheless, I think a heifer that's got an outstanding future ahead of her, a heifer that's really good in her foot shape and her heel depth, a heifer that really walks and steps and plants the way you kind of want to see one. We're gonna follow her in second with the heifer that's probably having the roughest day of her life, a heifer that got a little bit ate up with and rubbed some hair out, kind of got away from the young man. She's not really wanting to accept this whole show road thing, but nonetheless, I think we need to appreciate that this is a really good heifer. This heifer's really long bodied. She's got some power. She's got some performance. She's big, wide hipped, wide topped, and really long bodied and long necked. I think the strength of this heifer is in her head and neck and her forerib. I mean, you really like the way she's put together. If she had all her hair and was fluffed and puffed a little bit, she could probably do some damage down the road. But nonetheless, a really sound, really correct heifer that's just having a very rough day. She'll have a lot better days ahead of her, and she's got quality enough to become a donor someday. We're gonna walk the other two heifers out in no order. We'll talk the heifer that's closest to the outgate first. Heifer that I really like, her top, her levelness of her top, the length of her neck, the trimness of her lines. A heifer that maybe needs a little more depth of quarter in relation to the two heifers above her when you're placing them in a show ring, but nonetheless a heifer that's heavy enough muscle to make a very outstanding, high quality brood cow. A heifer that's really correct on the move. I really like the way she puts down her hind legs straight and square. Just maybe like to see a little more boldness and shape to her rib structure. We're going to follow her with a heifer that is bolder and rounder in her rib shape, a heifer that maybe is a little bit tight today, might be from just being stalled and not, with the weather, probably not getting as much exercise as she'd like. She's just moving a little timid today. I think that's not in her structure, in her nature, the way she's made up. She's just a little bit hard to analyze for that today, but nonetheless, a really good design kind of a female that you get her out and get her in a pasture setting is going to free up and be a very quality brood cow.
Okay, next in the ring is Class 5, the other half of the February heifer calves. First in the ring is lot number 15 by Griffin Red Angus, GNRA Storm 009, sired by Tree Lane Perfect Storm. She is a February 11th heifer. The next heifer in the class is lot 10 by Jaron Gerds, GSC Spade 935, sired by TLF King of Spades 137. She is a February 10th heifer. The next heifer in the class is lot 17, consigned by Hein Cattle Company, HCC Kerba 43H, sired by 6 Mile Intrepid 992E. She is a February 8th heifer. And rounding out the class is lot 36, consigned by Shady Hills Red Angus, HR Miss Marrow 022H, sired by RRA 1 and only 733, and she is a February 8th heifer.
in our February heifers. We're going to lead off with this big, stout mountain of a heifer that really pushes the scales down in this class, something terrible. Big, bold sprung, long-bodied, big-hipped, lots of muscle, lots of bone. The dark-tinted heifers, still with all that power and performance, still fairly fresh in her front end, got some femininity about her head and neck, ties in really nice into the top of a bold top, big, strong top type of heifer, a heifer with a lot of powerful performance in her that could really probably produce some herd bulls and a lot of good, stout, functional commercial bulls down the road. We're going to follow her. I kind of took a little time. We got two heifers that are made a lot alike. I opted to go with the bolder sprung, wider hipped heifer, a heifer that's got a little more bone, a little more power, a little more depth and spring and shape to her rib. A heifer that I like mostly just because she's looser made, longer bodied, got a little more flesh, ease of fleshing characteristics to her, and nonetheless gets out and walks and travels straight and true and square. Heifer that I was really looking at to go ahead of her is this cherry red heifer here, really attractive, really fresh, really youthful in her makeup. Heifer that's got some shape and some design that could maybe be a competitive show heifer down the road. Maybe she needed a little bit more bone today for me to beat the heifer above her, but a heifer that's really green, really attractive, really balanced, really made right. The other heifer in the class, big, bold sprung, powerful, broody kind of a female that's gonna produce a lot of pounds of beef, a heifer that's going to develop into a real easy fleshing, productive type of a cow. I really like the depth and the shape to her rib, the power and the performance up through her front end. Really long-bodied heifer. Just kind of fighting the halter a little bit today. It's kind of got her out of sorts. She looks a little bit funky once in a while, but really, nonetheless, she's still solidly made and sound and correct in her design.
Okay, next we'll have Class 6 January heifer calves. There's one entry, lot 44 by Ehrlich Red Angus. URLA Martina 2032, sired by Red Lazy MC Bella Benell 102B, and she is a January 24th heifer, one entry.
Single entry January heifer that is really kind of a shame because she's really a good heifer. Heifer that's out here by herself, but that nonetheless she's really attractively designed. She's balanced in all the right places. I really like and appreciate her hoof shape and design, the way she walks and tracks as she makes her way along the ring. I really appreciate a heifer for being a single entry class. She's a very competitive heifer. I really like the balance and the design and the length of body, overall shape to her hip and her hind leg. A heifer that's very adequate and nearly ideal in her rib shape and design and the swoop to her lower belly. So a heifer that could stand a lot of competition, but today she's just got to beat herself. So I'd encourage people to tie into this heifer in the sale.
Okay, the next class will be Class 7, December females. We have 1 entry, lot 37, by Tim Johnson, TJC 647D Honey 007H, sired by C-Bar Anticipation 101W. She is a December 29th heifer. Would also like to announce, when in the conclusion of the female show, we want, or the classes, we want all first and second places to be ready to come in. We also want pictures of the first and second places at the end of the show.
Another single entry heifer, late December heifer, kind of an odd age for a heifer at this stage, being in that age where she's kind of trying to mature, but yet trying to still grow and develop and extend herself. A heifer that really is I really appreciate her long, clean, angular front end. A heifer that's really trim and neat through her jowl and brisket and down into her forerib. But being that trim and neat and clean and pretty, she expands out into a bold shape, deep rib structure. A heifer that's got some capacity and got some flair to her rib shape, and nonetheless has a pretty good width down her top into a wide hip, a level wide hip that goes down with adequate muscle to make a really productive, stout, and attractive brood cow down the line.
Okay, next we'll have Class 8, September, 1 entry, lot number 3, Barnes Family Cattle, September 27th of 19 heifer, Barn Gina 91G by Weber Rolling Deep 611. You can be getting your females set up over here behind the announcers. Lot 41 for the May class, also lot 11. The April class, lot 23, lot 6. The March class, lot 24, lot 2. The first February class, lot 47 and lot 34, and the second February class, lot 10, lot 36, class 6, lot 44, class 7, lot 37.
Single entry September heifer that's really nicely balanced, really strong, level top, really sound and correct as she walks around the ring. She's really good in her hoof shape and structure, and I really appreciate the heel depth on this heifer and the overall shape of the toe. A really correct, well-moving, free-traveling type of heifer that's pretty balanced in her overall makeup, and should, as she grows and matures and develops, should develop into a really productive, sound, highly functional brood cow.
Okay, now we'll go ahead and have the first and second place winners come in.
for our champion Red Angus heifer. I think we've got some really nice representatives to really make it an interesting and productive, exciting sale for the Red Angus breed. Some females that's got some function, some power, some doability, some balance and design to them that I think anybody in any breed can appreciate. Everybody likes sound feet, balanced design, balanced structure. So with that being said, we'll select a champion and reserve.
Okay, we need class 1, 11, lot 11. So the first So in the Red Angus female show, the champion female came from lot 41 from TLC Red Angus. TLC Man House Party 2007 HET. Reserve champion was lot from class 6, lot 44. From Ehrlich Red Angus, URLA Martina 2032, sired by Red Lazy M Buell 102B. Now we'll be starting the bull show. We need the champion female and reserve female for pictures.
As we move into our bull show, we've got a single entry in Class 1. It's lot 26. Comes to us from JVM Cattle Company with JTVM Harrison 052H.
Starting off with a single entry in our May calf class, a really stout, powerful, wide-topped, heavy-muscled bull calf that's really clean and trim about his head and neck. Really like him how he ties into his shoulder. The design of his shoulder is really nice with this slope from the point to the point of his shoulder. A bull that's got some rib, got some volume. He's still green and youthful in his development, which he should be as a May. But yet he's still coming to town, and he's got the parts and pieces to make an outstanding herd bull down the road. So an interesting calf that will be nice to see you against some more competition. Another single entry, April calf that comes in here much like our leadoff bull, long and clean fronted, really nice slope to his shoulder, got some muscle, got some width, got some power and dimension to him. Bull that's got quite a bit of testicle development for this age in his life, coming along, growing and maturing. Should make a really good herd bull for commercial or registered breeders alike.
Our results for Class 27 are Class 2 of bulls. A single entry in the class goes to lot 27, coming to us from JVM Cattle Company with JTVM Huxley 051H. In the ring now we have Class 3 and 2 entries in this class. We have lot 1 coming to us from, if I can read this, from Brock Barnett with Nolan's Bravo H2. Excuse me, that is not correct. Lot 1 comes to us from Mike Stinson and Barnes Family Cattle Partnership with Barn Hayes. And then lot 14 is coming to us from Griffin Red Angus with GNRA Gladiator 041. Would like to thank our world-class judge coming up to us here today for the bull show as well as the females is Jim Hoos from Maryville, Missouri. Jim, for several years, has done a tremendous job managing the research farm and the purebred beef unit for Northwest Missouri State.
We're going to lead off with a bull that's really correct, getting off both ends. A calf that walks with a long, true stride, walks with some power and authority around the ring. He's got some muscle, got some volume, got some hip dimension. A bull that has got some things about him that are really interesting from a standpoint of whether you want to use him on purebred cows or go to a commercial base. Got excellent testicle development, got some width to his hip, really good shape to his center part of his rib, and a bull that's coming along and starting to show some masculinity and maturity, which at this age is you kind of want to see. A bull that's got adequate depth to his heel and walks straight and true off both ends. We're going to follow him with a bull that's got some muscle, got some volume, got some trimness about him even too, that's in a positive way. He's not really a wasting made type of a bull that can do a lot of things in a lot of segments in the beef industry, a bull that you turn him out on a group of cows that do nothing but make you money every day.
In Class 4 of our bull show, we have Lot 8 come to us from Brown Farms and Barnes Family Cattle with DKBF Hannity. We have Lot 25 from JVM Cattle Company with JTVM Hurricane 050H. We have Lot 40, which is to us from TLC Livestock Services with TLC Headliner 002H, and Lot 43 from Ulrich Red Angus with ULRA Goldmaster 2072.
In this class, we're going to start off, we've got 4 really good, solid, functional bulls in here. It comes down to just a little bit of preference. I elected to start with the 2 big, stout, powerful, rugged-made bulls, the heavier bone, heavier muscled, bold-sprung, rugged-made bulls that are a little further along. They got a little more condition, a little more flesh, a little more nutrient pushing behind them than the 2 behind them, but very well-developed, growthy kind of bulls that can push the scales down. I used this lot 40 bull over the other bull. He's just a little bit nicer balanced, a little bit straighter top, I really like the shape down his top and his loin out into a nice square level hip. Bull that walks pretty sound and correct. He's got enough depth of rib and body, and he's very. Both bulls are very adequate in their testicular development for this age. Probably I used the one over the other. I think he's got a little more extended growth pattern maybe than the bull behind him, but both bulls bring to the table a lot of stoutness, a lot of performance, a lot of ruggedness to use in a variety of ways, be it a purebred herd or a commercial herd. We're going to talk the other 2 bulls out of the class. I'll just start with the one closest to the ring. A bull made a lot like the 2 that I started with the class, but I really actually had thought about using him to win the class. A bull that's really, really balanced, really structured well, really nicely made, really love the angularity and the trimness to his head and neck and into his shoulder. He's got some length of body and some shape to his rib for a moderate, smaller frame kind of a bull. A bull that could probably get used on a set of heifers with extreme confidence and safety. And then we got another bull that in the class that has the shape and the power and the function of the bulls that won the class. He's just not quite as developed along nutritionally as the 2. Not to say that he's very much on target. He's just not necessarily fitted as well as the 2 above him. Not quite as pretty of a package as the 2 bulls that led off the class, but a really functional bull. I really like the parts and pieces about that bull. Just kind of buyer's preference or judge's preference today. Pick them and sort them how you want. 4 very quality bulls to have in our Red Angus bull sale.
In our Class 5, we have Lot 45 from Wongan Cattle Company with Wongan Foot Patrol 213H. Lot number 35 is to us from Shady Hill Red Angus with SHR Razor 033H. And lot 46 from Wongan Cattle Company with Wongan Northman 211H.
In this testing, in this class of February bulls, we're gonna lead off with this dark red bull that's in the front here. Really well balanced, really correctly designed, easy free traveling kind of a bull that's got exceptional shape from front to rear, down his top and out of a well constructed, well designed hip. A bull that maybe doesn't necessarily strike you as a show bull type of a bull, but I challenge anybody to buy this bull and not have your neighbors drool over him when he's a 2-year-old, because this bull's going to grow and develop and be a pretty stout, awesome individual as a 2-year-old, I think. We're going to follow him with the calf right behind him. Quality and balance and style and structure are the name of the game for this bull. He's really trim and neat in his underline. Really nice headed, nice neck, flat shouldered bull that I think would do a whale of a good job on any kind of breed of heifers. A bull that could go out and he just strikes me as a bull that's really easy calving, really good doing kind of a calf that's going to put some quality and some balance and some style in a set of feeder calves or in some replacement heifers if you use him on a purebred herd. We're going to end up with the probably the heaviest bull in the class, a big, stout, heavy structured, big bone, rugged made bull that brings a lot of pounds and performance and doability to the class and to the sale. A bull that could go out and put some pounds and some function on a wide array of commercial cows and take a stout, heavy set of feeder calves to town every year.
In the ring next, we will have Class 6, lot number 28, from Cabela Brothers Cattle with KBCC High Regards 103H. We have lot number 49 from West Wind Red Angus with WST General H12. Lot 48 from West Wind Red Angus with WST Henry H8. And lot number 5 from Berg Family Red Angus with Berg Let's Roll 061H.
We're going to lead off this class with this long, loose-spined athletic bull, bull that really gets around the ring with authority when he steps off both ends. A bull that's really loose and balanced and really free and easy kind of moving bull that's got some muscle, got some rib shape, got some parts and pieces that are all put together in a very desirable package. A bull that's got perhaps more thickness and power down his top and out his hip than you would maybe guess from the side. But when you get from behind him, he's really pretty wide based. He's really good footed, and he's got some shape to his top. A bull that's long and clean in his neck, and got some slope and design in his shoulder. So a really good, outstanding, kind of a free-wheeling, athletic design bull to start off our class. We follow him with a bull that's similarly in his design, just not quite as flashy and eye-appealing in regards to the show ring. A bull that maybe we'd like to trim up just a little bit more in his sheath and level him up in his top a little bit to be more competitive with the bull ahead of him. But nonetheless, he's made a lot like that bull. Really long-necked, long-bodied, deep-ribbed, bold sprung, got some width and dimension in his hip. A bull that's got some width from stifle to stifle and got some base width and dimension to go along to make him a pretty powerful performance kind of individual for the sale. A bull that can do some good in about anybody's herd. Then we got the two bulls left in the class. We'll talk the bull closest to the gate first. A really well-balanced, eye-appealing kind of a bull that's a little more moderate in his frame, a little bit more compact in his overall design, but a bull that's got quite a bit of balance, quite a bit of muscle, quite a bit of shape and doability to him. A bull that's probably the best in his shoulder, a bull that's got some length and dimension, length and angularity to his head and neck, and the way he ties into his shoulder I would foresee him to probably be pretty excellent at calving and in a variety of scenarios. Well, the next bull behind him, a bull that's kind of stout and kind of made like the bull that won the class, a little bit tighter topped, a little bit stronger top and level topped. A bull that's got some width, got some dimension down his top and out his hip. A bull I really consider for second really hard. Nonetheless, I'd like to see maybe a little more rib shape and volume competing with the two bulls ahead of him, but a bull that's very adequate and very, very ideal in the way that he's made to go out and do his job on commercial set of cows.
In Class 7, we have lot number 32 from Nolan Red Angus with Nolan's Tyson H11. We have lot number 13 from Griffin Red Angus with GNRA Storm 002. And lot number 21 from Hine Cattle Company with HCC Mojo 028, or excuse me, 28H.
In our next class, we're going to leave them lined up how they are right now. We're going to lead off with the combination bull in the class that best puts together all the parts and pieces. A really good-footed, angular, athletic bull that you really has some style and some pizzazz to him, but yet at the same time balances up some ruggedness and some overall beef doability. A calf that's really long and clean necked, got a good set to his shoulder, really like the strength down his top and out his hip, especially when you view him from behind. A bull that's got some base width and got some dimension, but he's a smooth jointed, smooth made kind of a bull that should bring some pounds to the table, yet calve pretty easily. A bull that's packing some quality and will go on and do good things for whoever purchases him. The bull right behind him is a stout, powerful kind of a bull in relation to the one ahead of him, a big, bold, structured, bold-made, big-topped kind of a calf that's got some muscle, got some width, got some depth of loin, big, wide-top, wide-hipped kind of a bull that's carries muscle down into his lower quarter, and he's got some rib and volume, overall body capacity from behind when you really get to viewing him. A bull that should really sire some pounds and some doability in his calves. We're going to end with the calf that's been struggling today. He's having a bad day. He's kind of fighting the halter, but nonetheless, I think you really need to really acknowledge the bull for the quality that he brings in his head and neck and throughout his center part of his rib cavity. He's fighting, so you can't really analyze his structure, but the bull is structurally put together pretty well. A bull that's level in his hip and got a nice strong top. Bull that the way he's designed, should calve pretty easily and be profitable in the long term.
Coming in the ring next, we have Class 8. We have Lot 20 from Hine Cattle Company with HCC Hinchman 14H. Followed by lot number 7. Coming to us from Brock Barnett with Nolan's Bravo H2. Followed by lot number 19 from Hine Cattle Company with HCC Hammer 7H. Then lot number 9 from CB2 Cattle Company with CBCB Right Time 24H. And then lot number 42 from Ulrich Red Angus with ULRA Buckle Up 2006.
in this next class, as we progress through these bulls and we start getting some age and some maturity into these cattle, a lot of different factors start to show up that I kind of, different people have different priorities and things like that, but I'm just going to kind of select them how I kind of envision them. Every bull in here has their own unique advantages and disadvantages when you're starting to place them on phenotype, but nonetheless, it's all five are really good bulls. We'll just start off with kind of some things that I'm seeing and doing. We're going to lead off with the long-bodied, well-balanced bull that I really like his head and neck. A bull that really comes together with a long, clean, angular head and neck. Maybe like to see him starting to show a little more maturity at this age, but I think he's got plenty in relation to how he's built through his neck and into his shoulder. Kind of a Calvinese type of design, but he carries into some width and some dimension down his top and out of a level, correctly designed hip. A bull that travels exceptionally well, is really good on his hoof shape and design, and I really like the shape and the way his testicular development is coming along. A clean sheath, clean lower third bull, a bull that I think can come across and do a lot of good in a lot of different ways. We follow him with kind of a little different kind of a bull that has some parts and pieces that I really like. Once again, like the bull ahead of him, he's really structurally sound on his feet and his legs. A bull that maybe gets a little bit gangly on his hind leg in relation to the bull ahead of him, but I really like the parts and pieces about this bull. He's just not quite as attractive in the way he puts them together as the bull ahead of him. Bull's got some muscle, got some design, got some rib, got some volume. He's really free and easy on the move. He's really loose in his overall design. Maybe like to tighten him up just a little bit behind his shoulder from a phenotypic standpoint, but some of that is in relation to him being a pretty long-bodied, long spine kind of a bull. Then we got three bulls that all have really, really good attributes to them. The bull on the far left, he's really nicely presented today. He's really a level top, level hipped kind of a bull that really you like to a lot of things about him. You like his testicular development, you like the cleanness of his sheath, you like the overall balance and design of the bull. But just for one reason or another, I just decided to use the other two ahead of him. This other bull really considered him into the top end, pounds heavy, structurally rugged design kind of a bull that's going to bring performance and doability to a set of calves. A bull that's got a lot of parts and pieces, especially total width and dimension down his top and out his hip. A bull that maybe we'd just like to clean up a little bit in his sheath and to give him a little bit more overall appearance, maybe a little bit in his head and neck, but a good performance-driven bull that'll do a whale of a job on any set of cows he goes out on. Last bull to talk, the darker red bull, very unique kind of a bull. You get down on this bull and he's built like a club calf. I mean, really a lot of power and structure from front to rear. You really get down on this bull and he's really wide-based, wide from stifle to stifle. Just an overall powerhouse of a bull the way he's made. A bull that maybe we just like to change a thing or two about him to get him higher up in the class, but a bull I really can appreciate for some things that he brings to the table.
In the ring now, we have Class 9 moving into our fall division. We have lot number 38 from Tim Johnson with TJC 615D. Harambe, is that how you say it, Tim? Harambe? Sure, 8H.
In the single class, we've got a very nice profiling bull that's got an exceptional set of feet or hoof shape type of a bull that's got quality from front to rear. Really nicely balanced, level-topped bull that's long in his neck and flat in his shoulder. A bull that should calve really well. A bull that's maybe not been pushed quite as hard as a couple of the bulls we've seen in classes ahead of him. He's pretty hard in his flesh and condition right now, but nonetheless, he's really growing and being developed on the right track to have some longevity and some durability. I really like him down his top and down into his hind leg. A nicely balanced, quality design kind of a bull that has a lot of use, that could have a lot of uses for.
In Class 10, we have lot number 12 with from Jaron Gertis with GSC Spade 935.
Bigger, stouter bull in this single entry in this class. A bull that brings a lot of pounds and performance, yet keeps a really nice level top, long, clean neck, very structurally correct and sound, rugged made bull. Bull that's got some width and dimension from top all the way down. He's wide based, heavy structured, big boned, but yet smooth jointed. And big ribbed. A bull that's got a lot of durability and a lot of pounds and performance in him, yet he's still got some balance and some quality and some design to him that's that'll be very advantageous to anyone in whatever use they want to use him in.
Our Class 8, our last class of the day before we move into our grand drive. And our oldest bull in the offering, we have lot number 3 coming to us from Barnes Family Cattle with Barn Gina 91G. Or if I could read, I was on the heifer side. This is lot 31, excuse me, from Nolan Red Angus with Nolan Survivor G26.
In this final class we got an older single entry, a bull that's got a lot of balance, a lot of design, a lot of eye appeal to him. He's got he's really deep, really bold, really expansive in his rib, and it carries out through a wide stifle and a wide base set. A heavy structured, heavy bone, moderate frame kind of a bull that brings a lot of power and performance in a quality package. in our final drive. I think we've got some outstanding individuals for y'all to consider in the sale tomorrow. Some bulls with some power, some doability, some muscle, some volume, some growth. And yet there's several bulls in here that I think could even be term cavity specialists and the like. Bulls that's going to cover the bases all across the board and be good for their new owners. I certainly think that these are worth considering tomorrow on sale day, and there's a lot of quality and depth that these breeders have displayed for you. So with that being said, I'm going to pick your grand and reserve, and I appreciate being asked to come and evaluate the bulls, and good luck on your sale tomorrow.
Folks, how about a round of applause for Jim Hoos and taking the time out of his day and doing a great job. 12. Yep. 12. Yep. Your grand champion bull comes is lot number 12, and Jaron Gertis with GSC Spade 935. Your reserve grand champion bull is lot number 26 from JVM Cattle Company with JTVM Harrison 052H. Congratulations again, everybody, and we look forward to seeing you all here tomorrow. The banquet starts tonight at 6:30.